Hey guys, come on downstairs. We're playing a little Minnesota Twins franchise here today. It's episode number 186. We're playing the Boston Red Sox in games 59 through 61, finishing up a 10-game homestand in which we are currently 3-4. So 3 final games to finish off this homestand. It will also finish off the month of May. The Red Sox are 37-19, the second best record in baseball behind the Dodgers. They are 5th in stolen bases. That's a little surprising for the Red Sox. You think of them as a power team. They are hitting for power. 7th overall in the major leagues with 71 home runs. They are 3rd in ERA. And our recent little power surge has gotten us out of last place in baseball in home runs. We are up to 28th now with 46 home runs on the season. Let's look at some transactions before we get this series started. We have optioned starting pitcher Alex Meyer to AAA Rochester to try to get things right, and we have recalled Felix Jorge from Rochester, and Felix Jorge will make the spot start here tonight against Eduardo Rodriguez in game number 1. We come in at 24-34. We are at Target Field in Minneapolis for the final 3 games of a 10-game homestand before we head out on the road for a quick 3-game series at Tampa Bay, and then we'll be back home. Eduardo Rodriguez, a 4.88 ERA, 62 2/3 innings on the year, a 1.42 whip, and you see Felix Jorge, he has played this year. He came in relief, pitched 2 1/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, a 0.86 whip. Not much of a sample size to go on for him, but he's making his first major league start in this game. Xander Bogaerts we'll get our highlight started. He's having a fine year, 326, 11 home runs. We're in the top of the first inning, and Bogaerts grounds it to the left side. And the throw is in time, and that concludes the first inning for Felix Jorge. And he goes 3 up, 3 down against the Red Sox. Bottom of the first inning, Eduardo Nunez facing Eduardo Rodriguez. He drives it to deep center field. And that one is gone. Jackie Bradley Jr. not out there in center for the Red Sox. He has been traded to the Diamondbacks for A.J. Pollock. And Eduardo Nunez puts the Twins up 1-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Eduardo Nunez off Eduardo Rodriguez. We go to the second inning now. This is Blake Swihart, the left fielder, batting .261, 3 home runs, 16 driven in. There is nobody on base with 1 out, and that is the first career strikeout in the major leagues for Felix Jorge. Middle of the second inning, the Twins still lead 1-0 against Boston. We move to the third. This is Francisco Cervelli, the catcher, .335 with a pair of home runs. He's got a runner on first, a 2-0 count, and he jumps all over that hanging breaking ball. Francisco Cervelli deep to left field. A 2-run blast for Cervelli, and the Twins lead 3-0 in the bottom of the third. So Cervelli goes yard. End of the third, the Twins with a 3-0 lead. We move to the 5th here of game number 1. This is A.J. Pollock. He has played for the Red Sox for about a week now after being traded from the Diamondbacks for Jackie Bradley Jr. and a minor leaguer. And he hits a sac fly to left field. Runner coming in will score easily, and the Red Sox are on the board. Here is Dustin Pedroia, Petey, batting .281. And a breaking ball up the middle, and the Twins get the out at the end of the Red Sox 5th. It's 3-1. Minnesota with the lead. We move to the 8th now. Jimmy Dyer in, taking the place of Felix Jorge, who had a successful first major league start. Only gave up 1 run. Mookie Betts at the plate to face him with nobody on and 1 out. And Mookie Betts drives this one deep to left. Left fielder Eddie Rosario doesn't even move a muscle. Solo home run for Mookie Betts. That's number 6 on the season for him. And the Red Sox cut into the lead. It's 3-2. We move to the 9th inning now. Kevin Segrist will be on to try to record save number 16. He's got a 2.16 ERA. Look at his average against lefties, 111. Dustin Pedroia with 2 outs, a runner on representing the tying run, and Petey gets underneath this one. flying it out to left. Eddie Rosario is there. Actually, that's Bonifacio, my bad. Emilio Bonifacio is there, makes the catch. And the Twins get the win 3-2. They beat the Red Sox for the first time since bowing out in the American League Championship Series to them a season ago. So a 3-2 win. Felix Jorge gets the win in his first ever start. He goes 5 innings, gives up 4 hits, 1 run, 2 strikeouts, and a walk for him. Francisco Cervelli with a 2-run home run. Eduardo Nunez with a solo home run and an RBI comprise all the scoring for the Twins in this game. On to the second game of this 3-game series. It's Jose De Leon against Alfredo Salgado, the tall lefty, who's having himself a good year. He's 5-1, a 2.57 ERA. When your team is 37-20, you're probably having a pretty good year as a pitcher. Jose De Leon, he's having a good year for us, although we are, 9 games under 500 now. He's 6-1 with a 2.10 ERA, obviously our best pitcher so far this season and the most consistent. Second inning, we get things underway. Red Sox at bat with runners on first and second and 1 out. Here's a drive deep to the right center field gap. That one is back, it's high, and that one is gone. A 3-run home run for Yoan Moncada. Yep, Yoan Moncada still playing for the Red Sox in this franchise. We started it in 2016. Chris Sale still plays for the White Sox. The Chris Sale for Yoan Moncada trade never took place in our world. Blake Swihart now. A little looper into the gap in left center. It's going to drop. And played by Byron Buxton. A run comes in to score. It's 4-0 Red Sox. This is Pablo Sandoval. Panda drives this one deep to left field. That was a high fastball. And that one's off of the facing of the second deck. A 2-run home run, and the Red Sox are jumping all over the Twins in game number 2. So Jose De Leon, our most consistent pitcher, is getting lit up here by the Red Sox, who have the best record in the American League. This is Pedro Alvarez, and Pedro Alvarez on the very next pitch. The Red Sox go back-to-back. It's 7-0. 11th home run of the year for Alvarez. And in this world, Pedro Alvarez is actually a good hitter. 7-0 Boston in the middle of just the 3rd inning. Jose De Leon did not last the 3rd. I think he went 2 1/3 innings in this game. Eddie Rosario at the plate now for the Twins. He drives this one to left field. Coming in on it was Blake Swihart, and now going back, and that one gets out. An opposite field home run for Eddie Rosario, and the Twins are on the board, but still staring up at a very big deficit. At the end of the 4th, it's 7-1 Red Sox with the lead. We go to the 8th. Eduardo Nunez. Twins now down 11-3, bottom of the 8th. Nunez turns on this one, drives it deep to left field. Twins showing out a little bit of power here in the last, 10 games. Dug themselves out of last place in all of baseball in home runs. We do not have a great power team. We actually lost a lot of power from last year's team. Lost Steven Piscotty. Luis Valbuena passed away. We lost Kenis Vargas. So, yeah, we lost a lot of power from that team. Red Sox win it 11-4 in the second game of the series. Pablo Sandoval, Panda, goes 4 for 5 with a home run, a double, and he drove in 4 runs in the game, and he was your player of the game. So the season series is tied at 1 apiece. Quick transaction note. We optioned second baseman Tommy Nolan to AAA Rochester and recalled first baseman Justin Bohr. Bohr was up with us at the beginning of the season. Did not hit well for average, hit 1 home run, had 11 RBIs, and that's where he stands coming into this game. Joe Kelly will be the spot starter for the Red Sox. He's 3-6 on the year with a 6.44 ERA, so this might be a pitcher that we can get to. Kyle Gibson, 3-4 with a 4.26 ERA, 50 strikeouts, 17 walks in 69 2/3 innings. We get highlights underway here in the first. This is the rubber match. Eddie Rosario hitting 350 in his last 20 at-bats. He's 7 for 20 with 2 outs in the bottom of the first, and Rosario gets a hold of that high fastball. He was hunting that one. Drove it deep to right, 416 feet, and puts the Twins on the board first. 1-0. Eddie Rosario starting to find that power stroke. The average, he was struggling at the first of the year. The average started coming around, and now he's starting to hit the ball pretty hard. Dustin Pedroia, 268 batter with 4 home runs, 19 RBIs with the bases loaded, and just 1 out. He drives it to right field. Will Myers throws to the plate, not in time. And the run comes in to score on the sac fly. Xander Bogaerts, 331, 11 home runs on the season. He's probably an MVP candidate at this point. And that one gets out of the reach of Will Myers and goes all the way to the wall. It looked like the inning was going to end, but 2 runs come in to score on the misplay out there in right field. Blake Swihart comes to the plate now. Defense, I don't know, since the last patch of MLB The Show, defense has been just a little bit wonky for me. Maybe, I don't know if it's just me, maybe it's just me. But that one got over the head of Will Myers at the end of the 4th inning, or going to the 4th inning, I should say. It's 4-1 Red Sox with the lead. Mookie Betts at the plate now. He's 2 for 2 on the day with a pair of singles. Runner on third with 1 out. He grounds it to short. Nunez only plays at first. Run comes in to score. It's 5-1. Red Sox have jumped out to a lead early in this game. See if we have a comeback in us. Let's move on to the 5th. Will Myers at the plate, 234 average. He is not hitting the way we would like him to. And honestly, probably should be on the trading block. Bases loaded with 1 out. And Will Myers does come up with a big base hit to score the run. It's 5-2. And that will summon the pitching coach out of the dugout to come talk to Joe Kelly. Eddie Rosario, 285 now with 6 home runs, 21 driven in. He's starting to hit the ball really well. This one, a line drive right up the middle with the bases loaded. It's going to drive in a run. It's 5-3. Boston with the lead, now 5-4. As 2 runs come in to score on the RBI single by Eddie Rosario. We move to the 8th inning. Carson Smith comes in to spell Joe Kelly, facing Mario Calero, Rookie of the Year candidate. He's batting .322 with 2 home runs and 9 RBIs. And he's going to come through for us again with a base hit into center field. Cut off by Pollock. Run does come in to score, and we are all tied up at 5 at the end of the 8th inning. 5 runs, 13 hits for each team. We go to the 9th. Shane Ashley on to pitch for the Twins. Pablo Sandoval at the plate. He's hitting .279 with 7 home runs, 26 RBIs. The Red Sox wish he would have done that in real life. And Pablo drives this one deep to left center field. That one is back. Byron Buxton on the run makes the catch, and that will save at least 1 run, maybe 2. Middle of the 9th, we're all tied up at 5. We go to the bottom of the inning. Craig Kimbrell on. Try to keep the game tied and send it to extras for the Red Sox. Will Myers will face him. With a runner on third and 2 outs, Will Myers flies this one high to left field, retreating his Blake Swihart right at the track, and he is going to get under it. Will Myers just missed a walk-off home run. We go to extra innings, the 11th inning now. Kevin Segrist pitching for the Twins, a 2.08 ERA, again 108 average against lefties. Boog Powell, who came in as a pinch runner back in like the 9th or 10th, and he takes this low one and drives it deep to right field. Of all people, of all the fish in the sea, it's Boog Powell. And Boog Powell puts the Red Sox up 7-5. The Twins come back, falls short in the 11th inning, and the Red Sox go on to win the game. They win the series 2-1. Xander Bogaerts 3 for 6 on the game with a triple, a double, and a single. He was a home run shy of the cycle. Mookie Betts went 4 for 6 with a triple and an RBI. Boog Powell 1 for 1 with that big home run and drove in the 2 winning runs. Eddie Rosario went 2 for 5 with a home run and 3 RBIs for us. Jace Peterson went 3 for 5 with a double. Mario Calero 3 for 5 with a double and an RBI. It's going to be fun to track his Rookie of the Year bid here in year number 4 of our Minnesota Twins franchise. That is the end of episode number 186. Next up, we're on the road against the Tampa Bay Rays here on Mama's Basement Sports Gaming.